another glorious day, my tea sippers, and you know what time it is. I hope you have all of your comfort together because it's time to dish tea. And you're dishing tea, darlings, with Big Meat.
Can't wait. It's time to dish tea with Big Meat. It's time to dish tea with Big Meat. It's time to dish tea with Big Meat. It's time to dish tea with Big Meat.
Darling.
And hello. What's going on? To all of my tea sippers, my crumpet dunkers, my tea brewers, my pot stirrers, and my tea leaf readers, honey. Hello. It's another glorious day, my darling. So what's going on in your world, honey? What's your tea? I know you have all of your crumpets, my darling, because you know what time it is, honey. It's time to dish tea, and you are dishing tea, darlings, with who? Big Meat. What's up? What's happening? What you know? No damn good, baby. Well, it's another glorious day, honey. It is what it is. Hey, y'all got a DJ gig tonight. We'll catch you on the rebroadcast. Okay. Go make that coin, honey. Make the children shake the bootay, honey. You know how we do in the D. What you know, no good, honey. What up, though? Yes, darlings. Okay, right. See there? Right, Leah, right. Don't you know good? Right, happy Friday. What's up, people? Hey, listen, babies, listen. We are about to get started into something that, honey, it's just one of those things, child. Listen, before we get started, I did not make a post yesterday. I was going to, but I got distracted, and my heart was heavy, because, you know, last week Friday, I told you guys that my coworker had died on the job, right? And that kind of hit me, and it hit me in ways that I didn't think that it would, because we're on the cusp, still riding the wave of having to have buried. We just buried Margaret, maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, who was my, you know how you got your on the job husband, your on the job wife. This was my on the job big sister. Margaret was everything to me. Okay. So we're on the cusp of that, right? Of dealing with her. And then my coworker Shanteria, she died on the job. Okay. And that was tragic. It was a bit much for us to handle. I wasn't there during all of that. I saw her when she came in. And, I spoke with her like we always do. Hey, baby. Hey, Demetrius, how you doing? And she was, as she always does, racing to the time clock to punch in. And it was no biggie for me, right? I didn't think anything of it. And, we lost her that day on the job. Well, this past Sunday, one of my mother's older brothers passed. And it has shaken me, okay? Because I had put a post up on Facebook, and I told you guys, I I wasn't going to get into the details right then or do my tribute to him, because at the time we had not told all of the family members and carrying on, and some important members hadn't been told yet. And so I did not want to put anything up on Facebook before they were told. And now that we are, we're getting all that together, I'm going to have to go home soon. Because we have to bury him. And a lot of the reason why I'm going home for this funeral is because I have not seen my cousin, his son, since we were kids. Okay. I wouldn't know Paul Jr. if he came and knocked me in my head, child. Okay, I wouldn't know him. And with my family, we still are approaching the 1-year anniversary of my mom, which I know is real, but at the same time, I'm still in a state of catatonia or something, because it's like I know she's gone, but it's just I just don't believe it. But what has happened with my family, the day before my mother passed, we had a cousin that passed in a tragic car accident. So Anthony passed the day before Mama. That was November 4th. Mama passed November 5th, 2021 at 10:50 a.m. 2 weeks after my mother passed, her eldest brother died, my Uncle Albert. Now, many of us, we were like preparing for Albert because he had been sickly. He had been, in and out of hospice care or whatever that was. He had been sickly and all of that. So we were kind of preparing for him. But he died 2 weeks after my mother. Okay. And I had just left. So I didn't turn around to go right back. I just did not have the strength to do that. Okay. And I believe that all the funerals were at the same funeral home. Okay. So now here we are. This is the 8th month of the year. So basically we're like 9 months, maybe 10 months in, and we have another family member gone. So my grandmother had 7 children. Okay. My Uncle Paul is a twin, and he was a fraternal twin. My Aunt Pauline had died, some years ago. I want to say it was like 8 or 9 years ago. And she was the first of the children to pass away. And I have been saying about my uncle, I have been I have been keeping him up in my silent prayers and carrying on because I was concerned about his mental state. Reason being is because back in '86, when we lost my grandmother was living with him. Okay, he was taking care of her, and the family was, they were taking turns going to take care of grandma and carrying on. But she was living with him, and when she passed, he was the one to watch her take her last breaths. Okay, so that's something that will have always been with him. Okay. Then he lost his twin. Okay. Then he lost his daughter. And then directly after losing her, the mother of his daughter, his ex-wife, had passed. Okay. And Lurleen and Roxanne is the daughter, passed in close proximity to one another. So I had been holding him up because the important women in his life have all left, And that was a concern of mine with him, but we never got a chance to sit down and talk about it because I didn't know how to approach that particular conversation. Now my Uncle Paul and I, we have a relationship, but we wasn't the closest, Uh, for lack of a better term, honey, he was the bougie one. Okay. And what I mean by that, he wasn't pretentious. He was the one who was very successful and knew what to do with his money and carrying on. He lived in an apartment high rises and carrying on and things of that nature. He hung out with celebrities. He was always at Aretha Franklin's birthday parties and that kind of thing. So he was the one that was more of the public one. Okay. My Uncle Kenneth was he's probably the most Kenneth is probably the most popular one. Paul was the one that was probably the one that's the most seen because he was always in the public eye. My uncle used to be the bodyguard for Mayor Coleman Young and all of that. So he was a police officer and did all of that. So he was dealing with higher ups and things of that nature. Very upper middle class living and all of that kind of stuff. So, my relationship with him was intact. It could have been stronger and closer, of course. So I have been dealing with that and just realizing that my grandmother, that 3 of my grandmother's children are left. Okay. There's only 3 left. And, the realization of that is hitting. Okay. Prior to this, when my Aunt Liz had passed, she was the final one of the elder generation because my Aunt Liz, that was my grandmother's sister. She was the last one to pass. And when she left, that entire generation is gone. That entire generation of people are gone. And that is a big old pill to swallow. When you think about life, when you think about mortality, when you think about what it is that you're doing on this side of creation, what it is, I just got a flyer. My sister friend, y'all remember Helena Hologram, right? Her birthday is coming up and next month. And some of her children and stuff, they want to do a big show for her and celebrate her. And she and I always said this. We would sit up all night and talk about, on your obituary. She said the most important part of your obituary, honey, is not any other information that's on there. She said it's the dash between your birth date and your death date. She said that dash, and we child, that is the most important part of the obituary. What did you do? Now, these are her words here. What did you do with your dash? Okay. What did you do with your dash? And so I have just been in emotional something for the last week or so. I have just been in a space to where I'm like, okay, wow. It's, and I really believe it's the grief process really starting to hit me. Cause y'all know all of last year, I've lost so many people within the last 12 months. It is ridiculously insane. And, yeah. Okay. And still trying to process it and still trying to make sense of it, So I have just been in a state. Okay. And how I know it is because little shit start to aggravate me, beyond the normal. And I've been telling folks, oh, I'm on my period. But I was like, no, this is more than just period shit. And I do have one. I tell you that 3rd week of the month is my week. But this here is a little different. It's more so like and exclaim. Like when something gets on me, I exclaim to yeah, just to have a release of some sort. But at the same time, when shit start to bother me, it's like a piled up kind of shit, you know, and yeah. So that's kind of like where we are at the moment. And I was saying all that to say I did not post yesterday because I got distracted. Because yesterday it is very important to me on a few reasons. Number one, I'll start with yesterday, August 18th, 1995. That was the day that I first met my entertainment mama, honey, Miss Patti LaBelle. I have the picture up in here when she first kicked off her makeup line with Floyd Roberts. And I bought some makeup and carried on, and I got a picture with her. That was the very first time that I met her. I was living in New York City at the time. So I always celebrate the anniversary. What is also significant about August 18th is that that's also the birthday of one of my babies, honey, who he passed a while ago. And his name was Daryl Kynes. That was his birthday. And Daryl, honey, honey, he was a lovely old lovely. Okay. He was a lovely old lovely. He always said, let Father easy kiss it and make it all better, right? That was his little saying. But I miss Daryl. But also, August 18th is also the birthday of Miss Sarah Dash. And y'all know we just recently lost Sarah it's not even is it a year now? We lost Sarah last year. And she was very important to me. She's been a friend of the show. She's been on the show on several occasions. And she became one of my idols that I've always looked up to. That she's probably one of the first idols of mine that I became friends with. She and Stephanie Mills, we all became friends about the same time, and I'm still haven't really processed her being gone. And then yesterday would have been her, I think she would have been 76. Is it 76 or 77? Because Patty and Nona are both 78. So I think she'd have been 77, 76, 77. So I didn't put up a tribute to her yesterday, but I wanted to just acknowledge her today because she's always been special to me. While she was with the group and singing with the girls and things, but when we became friends and she would sit down and talk with me and, we would hold prayers and she would send me prayers and things and, encouragement and all of that. She introduced me to Helen and Terry. If y'all have not heard, Helen and Terry and another girl named China, they're the girls who remade What Can I Do For You? If y'all go Google that and y'all watch that because those girls, listen, those girls sang, okay? And so she said, they're not LaBelle. She said, but honey, okay, they gets it in. And I said, oh, okay, well then let me know what these children to do, and that was that. So yeah, that has been where I have been and carried on and what this week has been all about. Okay. So understanding, that it's cute and it's cool or whatever. This is what this is. So let's get into today's broadcast. Okay. This is going to be kind of serious and I want you guys to weigh in heavily, especially if I'm talking to you. If I'm talking to you or someone like this, or you have a strong opinion about it, I want you to get into these comments and come on in. Okay. Thanks, Joseph. I appreciate that. Prayers headed your way. I appreciate that. I still miss, okay, I miss Elaine still. Honey, you can't help but to miss her, honey. She was just a wonderful, wonderful joy. Okay. TC, hey, baby, what's going on, sis? Okay. But yeah, let's get into it because we have a number of things that I want to cover today. Again, I'm hoping that my co-hosts are able to come up in. Y'all know Miss Nikki, honey. We got some good news right now. She is now in her training with American Airlines, honey. Y'all know she had been trying to get that gig and carrying on. Child, honey, she's in training. So she was in Philly. Now she's going to she should be in Dallas right now, honey, because she's gonna be there for 2 weeks. So she's doing her training thing, y'all. So oh, pardon my indulgence, honey. That y'all know that's Otis Max line. Okay. So and Red has some family stuff that came down. Child, we can't talk about that, but just trust me, honey. He's got something that they're dealing with over there. That we're just gonna keep the family up in prayer. Okay. So he may pop in, he may be able to pop in. He may come in the comments like he did before. Okay. But let's get into this. Okay, wait a minute. I'm wheezing just a little bit. Hold on, y'all. Let me take a little hit of this still. Okay. Open up the lungs, honey. I get tired of using this, but I need to start when I'm at home. I have some peppermint oil that I'm going to start inhaling so that it opens it up naturally. I get tired of using this damn thing. I don't like. Sometimes I feel as though these things become addictive. Those of us who are asthmatic, because we always race to this damn rescue inhaler. And this is the generic one. Okay, we always run to this damn thing, but yeah. And you know what? I got me a Primatene Mist. They brought that back to over-the-counter version of this. And it's not bad. It's not as strong as I'm used to, but it's not like it used to be. That epinephrine in there used to burn the shit out you because there was so much alcohol in it, right? But they do something a lot differently with it now. So praise the Lord. So okay, let's get into this. Now I'm trying to figure out where I want to start because y'all, if y'all saw what the write-up is and carrying on, there's a number of things. One of the biggest questions I'm going to ask today, which is probably going to be the heart and soul of today's show, is why do we punish the children? Because we are mad at the other parent. Mm-hmm. Those of you who use your children as bait, those of you who use your children as collateral, those of you who use your children as pawn pieces, why do the children get to suffer? Because you mad at the other parent. This came to me just today, actually. I had to walk on down to the breeze on down to the Walmart, right? Because tomorrow we're getting ready tomorrow morning for our College Park Citizens Association meeting, right? So I don't know who's gonna bring what snacks or whatever. So I went down there to go get a couple of snacks because we try to provide little continental style breakfast and carrying on, or snacks, if you will, to do just some things. And so I'm like, cute, right? Well, I was in the line. No, not in the line. I'm walking down the aisle, and I heard this woman yelling at her son about giving her the phone, right? And just before she did that, she was saying, he ain't gonna do shit. He ain't gonna do shit. I don't even know why you on the phone when I don't even know why he called and don't want to sit no goddamn child support. Right? And so then she don't walk down to the end of the aisle. The son is still back by the cookies and things because I'm in the snack aisle. She said, come here, boy. And she took the phone from him. And she went through because now she went to go block the number, right? And when she blocked the number, she sat down and told him, let this number come unblocked again. I'm going to beat your motherfucking ass. And then she went on to say, his conversation ain't worth shit. Hell, he ain't doing shit. He ain't trying to help you. He ain't doing shit to help you, motherfucker. And then she got into her rant right up under her breath. Now, you know, part of me wanted to buddy him because that was my question. Why are you punishing this baby? If that's his father, and assuming that's the father, if that's his dad, how come he can't talk to his daddy? Just because you mad at this motherfucker don't mean that the children got to be. You understand? That was the one thing that I know my mother did with us. She allowed us to build our own relationship with my father. Okay. And even though, yes, he did some fucked up shit that hurt us as kids by not showing up, you know, the whole standard thing. Daddy promised that he'd come and never show up. You know, was supposed to send us some money, never did. You know, and carried on. It was those kinds of things, right? I remember my very first play. Okay, my very first play. When my dad showed up, child, it was just everything to me, right? Because I was like, oh, wow, daddy, you know. But when he got there, instead of giving me my praises and carrying on, the first thing he's on in on was the fact that I have fucked up a line. Okay, but it brought the comedy into the show, right? Because I had messed up the line. I was playing Santa Claus. And the line was Rudolph, Rudolph. And I hollered Santa, Santa. Because when I first had the role, I was playing Rudolph, right? But then I stole the role of Santa from the other guy because I was trying to tell him how to say a line, and he just wasn't saying the line right. And so the teacher, who was, I forget, what was her name, Mr. James something, he said, well, why don't you do the line? And so when I did it, he decided to give me the role instead, okay, and hire some, and then cast the other girl to be Rudolph instead, okay. So when we got down to that part, I was saying the Santa was supposed to be Rudolph, Rudolph. So I called it a thing, but to have my father there was something, right? But that was the only thing that he came to, because my daddy never came to nothing else, you know. And at that time, it was all about, you know, still trying to save the family and all that kind of jazz, you know. So I'm not exactly sure what was what or how everything came to be or whatever the case is, or et cetera, et cetera. It's just that that's what that was. And so now, you know, listen to this baby here or that particular interaction. It's like, wow, you know, it's like, wow. So I'm asking all of you parents out there, okay, those of y'all who deal with baby mama drama, baby daddy drama, carried on, those of y'all who quick to want to talk about child support and shit. But it's more than just getting that money. It's more so about you wanted to either have spend time or you mad because the man don't want you no more. Okay. And what is, you know what, since we on the subject, what is this about I don't want that bitch around my kids? Or I don't want that other nigga, you know, trying to chastise and try to father my kids. If you ain't there, fucker, if you ain't there, or if you are not an active participant within the raising and rearing of that child, what the fuck does it mean to you because somebody else is standing in the gap? Are you don't want to look like a fool? You don't want to look like, you know, the zero? Because you're not doing anything. If you're not doing anything but requiring or offering up lip service and can't back it up, or you sit up there on your man thing, honey, because you figured out because you done sat up there and made all these goddamn kids that's supposed to make you some kind of man or something. Why are you not an active participant in the child's life? Why? I'm trying to understand that. And ladies, because most of the time I've not heard, no, that's not true. That's not true. I have heard that. We don't hear it as much. I rarely hear men who come down on the woman when he's the single father. Okay. We very rarely hear what that is, or hear from his perspective of what that is. Because oftentimes that now, truth be told, I'm gonna say often, I'm gonna say a lot. A lot of times, men with children are able to get women in his life who want, especially if he got daughters. If he has daughters, if you got a virtuous woman and carrying on, honey, that she wants to be around to help you with the children and help you with the girls and help do their hair and take them shopping. She wants to do all those things to try to impress you, because if that's a way to get closer to you, that's one thing. But the self-righteous bitches, honey, who feel as though you having kids is interrupting their pockets, you know. You having kids mean that you're gonna put your kids first, and they can't get their hair did because you got to get the kids school clothes. They're not going to be in your favor anyway. Okay. So it goes back to asking, why do the children have to be punished because you mad at the other parent? You the one mad. The kids ain't mad. How come the kids can't talk to their parents? Or better yet, you want to sit down there and say, oh, he can't go with you. That's my son too. I know that's your child, but my kids can't go nowhere with you. You the one that laid down with them. You the one that sat up there and said, yeah, come up in me and carry on. You the one who didn't use condoms, or if y'all want to sit up there and say, oh, the condom broke, Jazz. Okay. Not that it don't happen, because it does, but damn it don't happen as often as y'all like to make it sound like. Okay. You the one who said yes. Okay. And now you got these babies, and now you don't want this person to be active in the child's life. So why does the children have to be the ones to be punished? Because you're not punishing the adult. You're not punishing the other parent by telling the child no. What you're doing is you are punishing the children because they can't maintain a relationship with the other parent. So why is that? Y'all talk to me. Talk to me, honey. Talk to me. I don't want y'all to get quiet on this one. Don't get quiet. Miss Pookie Dupree, darling. How are you, President? I saw you were performing recently. I saw some of your pictures up on Facebook. Look at love, honey. Yes. Okay. The Dupree. Okay. Groove, what you got? She said, my humble opinion, why do women have babies with these broke, no account men who you know not gonna help? So you said, from the jump, he ain't no motherfucking good. Okay. He said, you keep fucking and fucking and fucking it with the same results. It's like a vicious cycle. Wow. Groove, baby. Okay, you calling them out. Both men and women need to be re-educated about sex. It's not just fun. It's a fucking responsibility. And what about protection? I don't know. It makes me put my hand on the table and go, Okay. Even if he can't provide money, let dad spend time with his kids because they need it. It is not about the man and the woman no more. Right. That part, honey. That part. Okay, I'm here shaking my head at the shenanigans. I've seen it happen to others, and it's dumbfounding. Listen, it is completely nerve-wracking. Okay, it is completely nerve-wracking. Okay, wait a minute. What you say is good and that's all they get out of it. They go back because the sex is good, and that's the only thing that they have in common. It's the sex, because that's all they want, or that's all they claim they want. But if the sex is that damn good, why aren't you doing what you need to do to protect yourself? If you know damn well that you don't want no damn kids by this motherfucker, why in the hell are you not doing what you're supposed to do to make sure that doesn't happen? And see, it's bitches like this, okay? And I'm calling all of them bitches, men and women. It's bitches like this who sit up here, and this is why the whole abortion thing is up for grabs, because it's you girls who don't want to take care of yourself And y'all the ones who want to be quick to go run and get an abortion and carry it on and use an abortion as birth control to your bad decisions, which is why a lot of people are against abortions and carrying on, because they don't see that they understand rape and incest and this, that, and the other. What they don't get is those who make the decision to say, I don't want this child. Okay. And most of the time, the people who they're speaking about are those who consider using abortion as birth control, especially if you have more than one. If you have more than one, then that means, honey, that you're not doing something right and you're being irresponsible with your body. Okay. And pretty soon you keep having abortions, honey, you're not going to be able to have children. Because after so long, you're only going to go through so much scar tissue or whatever, and then you will not be able to produce. Okay? It's just crazy. The kids need both parents for a good example, and not just one. If you lay down with the badass, that's your fault. You should have used protection. Fuck this Raw's Law shit. Groove, I think I'd hit a nerve with you, girl. But I want to understand that. I really and truly want to understand what this is, okay? Because after listening to that in the Walmart today, child, I'm telling you, child, it sent me over the moon. Because I was like, damn, I mean, the woman was just huffing and puffing and carried on and this, that, and the third, and just to go on. I'm like, well, shit. At least let the boy have a relationship with his daddy. You know? Why? And then you blocking numbers and shit. You know, block the number. Okay, and then go threaten the child. Let this number come on blocked again. I'm gonna beat your motherfucking ass. Okay, he ain't here. He ain't doing nothing to help you. Really? Really? Is it he ain't doing nothing to help the baby, or he ain't doing nothing to help you? Okay. That's the $24,000 question for all the cash and prizes. Okay. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. I don't know. Let's go here. Let's go here. I was looking at something on Facebook, and this child stood up here and said that he was taking a vow of celibacy, and he was going to be celibate until he found Mr. Right. Okay. And my whole thing has been, I've always thought that folks were using that word wrong, right? I'm like, no, it's not being celibate. It's about being abstinent. Because celibate means that, at least my definition was, that you were still virginal, honey, and you had not had sex. And that you were not going to have sex until you found Mr. Right or whatever. Abstinence, I thought, was, you know, you've had sex, but you took a vow to say, no, I'm not going to do this. I'm going to abstain, you know, for a little piece of time. But child, I guess my definition has been completely wrong, or my understanding of it, because I come across this thing here. Let me share this page with y'all so y'all can read along with me. Okay. I came across it, and when I saw this chat, I was like, really? Okay. It shook me. Because I was like, oh, well, wait a minute, honey. I've been doing this all wrong, because I wanted to get up there and you know, correct it. Because I was going to say, wait a minute, honey. You mean abstinent, you know, blah, blah, trying to be sophisticated, you know. But this article here, y'all see this is from learningreligions.com. And this is celibacy, the difference between celibacy, abstinence, and chastity. Catch it, okay? So let's see. It says here, the word celibacy is typically used to refer to a volunteer decision to remain unmarried or to abstain from engaging in any sexual activity, usually for religious reasons. While the term celibacy is typically used in reference only to persons who choose to remain unmarried as a condition of sacred religious vows or convictions, it can also apply to the voluntary abstinence from all sexual activity for any reason. While they are often used interchangeably, celibacy, abstinence, and chastity are not exactly the same. Let's go here. Key term, celibacy. Celibacy is a voluntary choice to remain unmarried or engage in any form of sexual activity, usually in order to fulfill a religious vow. A person who practices celibacy is said to be celibate. Okay. Abstinence is also called continence, as it is the often temporary strict avoidance of all forms of sexual activity for any reason. Chastity, from the word kastasis, means purity, embraces abstinence as a praiseworthy virtue according to the prevailing social standards of morality. Okay. How about that? Okay, now I'm gonna stop there for a minute. Let me come back to y'all so y'all can see me. Okay. Let me come. I'm a solo me. Okay. So let's understand. Okay. So now when we get all off into chastity and abstinence and carrying on, how many of y'all have always said, "Oh, I'm celibate"? And you know the joke is, okay, well, yeah, I sell a little bit too, a little bit over here, sell a little bit over there if the price is right, you know, that kind of thing. But how many of us absolutely take that seriously? You know, when you're trying to go through a cleanse, you know, how many of you say, okay, you know what, I need to just be, we always say, I'm gonna be celibate for a minute because I need to just cleanse my body. I need to get rid of, you know, whatever toxins, whatever negative energy, whatever that is. How many of y'all believe that sex is not just physical, but it's also spiritual? I'm gonna say show raise your hands, but y'all can't raise your hand. I sure was about to say that. Raise your hand. Okay. But how many of y'all believe that sex is also spiritual? Okay. I am one who thoroughly believes that, and I believe it because of the connection. Okay. When you are in sync with your sexual partner, everything moves. It has an ebb and flow with it. Okay. And it's always perfect. When you are in sync, you're in sync, you know, and it's like a rhythm. It's like a dance, you know. You sway and they sway, you know. It's like doing a tango or something. That's why they call it the horizontal, vertical tango, horizontal mambo or whatever. But oftentimes, you know, when you connect on that level, that's what makes, you know, when in terms from fucking to making love and carrying on, because you connect on so many different levels, and a lot of that is spiritual. Okay, for those of you who are into the leather culture, okay, when you're into that leather culture and carrying on, the whole idea, and many of us don't understand it, you know, but the whole idea of trust and everything, of being a dominant and a submissive or whatever, is that I trust you and I'm going to willingly submit to your control and submit to your commands. Okay. However, the sub is the one that has all the control. And that's what people don't understand. I try to tell that to all of my straight men. I'm like, listen, every time you had sex with a woman, look at every time you said you had the bomb diggity. When you had the bomb diggity, I said, what happened? It was because she said yes to everything you were going to do, didn't she? It's because why? She was willing to let you go there. She gave you permission to do it. Otherwise, it wouldn't have been done, right? She gave you that permission. So oftentimes what you think is about being the sub or subordinate or the submissive, they're usually the one that have all the power and the control. Because at any given point, this could be over. Okay. At any time it is not on their whim and you press past that, then that becomes rape. Okay. But in this case, a lot of times, a lot of us, we get upset at our sex partners or whatever, or we get mad at men and carrying on, or you're mad at your woman or whatever, and you want to swear off something. Oh, fuck this shit, I'm done, I'm swearing off women. And when straight men say that, that becomes, everybody would want to say, oh, that's sus, bro, that's sus. Well, I'm so sick of that. Everything is not suspicious or nothing. Ain't nothing suspicious. And most of the time they don't mean it how they say it. When they tell us, oh, I'm giving up on women, fuck all this. But you ain't running to men because you're not attracted to men. Okay. For those who are hetero-attractional. But oftentimes, what it means, what I believe that they're saying is a lot of times is that they just need a break. They need to take time to cleanse. They need to take time to renew, redevelop, reshape, reclaim all of this, all of their body. They have to put some kind of reverence back to it. Give the body its temple again. Let the temple have reverence once again. It's kind of like how those who wear dreadlocks, after so often they have to cut them, and start over because it's a cleanse, because all that the hair carries so much, and when it carries all of that and holding all that weight and this, that, and the other, all that spirit, you have to cleanse. So a lot of children end up cutting them off to start over. Okay. Then sometimes they don't. They just say, you know what? I just need to be free from all of this. You know what I'm saying? So in that regard, the same thing happens with sex. And oftentimes, again, like I say, we claim abstinence and carry on because we mad. Something didn't happen. Something, we mad at the person. We mad at maybe the culture. For those of us who are alphabet children, oftentimes, we lump everybody in one old lump. Okay, I'm so sick of black men. They always fucking around and they cheating, and we go all there. When oftentimes you may be mad at yourself for choosing the same kind of man over and over again. How many of us have really did the homework and looked at yourself and your choices? Why do you attract the same type of person? Romantically, okay? Or even platonically. When you look at your friends, are all of your friends the same kind of people? Are they all the same type of people? And if so, that's because you have a type. It's something that you attract the same kind of people. Okay. So what do you do to broaden your horizons, to interact differently? Okay, what is it about you that you need to either change or even get rid of? Maybe there's something on you that you're holding on to that you need to get rid of because it's attracting the element that you don't want.
It's just snacks. I'll be back tomorrow.
Oh. Okay. So, yeah, I'm sorry. That's Alabama, y'all.
Hey, y'all.
Okay. He's going to go hang with his sister friend, honey.
You want to get drunk?
Oh, Lord. Oh, child. They're going to drink in to get his Beyonce on, honey. Okay, I've been drinking. Well, okay. So, in that regard, honey, how many of us have not taken the time to really overlook your inventory, go over your inventory, go over your self-inventory, making sure all your ducks in a row and carrying on? How many of us have done that? Particularly when you say you want to be celibate, particularly when you say I'm abstinent, particularly when you taking a vow of saying that I want to, I'm gonna do away with sex. I want to hold off on sex and carrying on. Do other people, do your friends, support you in that? Or do you have those who sit down there and tell you, bitch, you lying? You know your ass, as soon as a hot motherfucker come, bitch, you know you're going to open them legs right on up. How many of y'all got that? If you have that kind of support system, then you don't have a support. You know what you have a criticism. You don't have anybody that's looking out for your best interest. You know, that's looking out to help you to elevate and to grow. Okay. And then here's the thing. Is there an end goal? What's the end result? Because oftentimes, you know, in your efforts of wanting to cleanse yourself or whatever, what do you have in place to say, okay, I'm doing this for what? Okay. Once we do the cleanse, what is it that I want out of this? What are the goals to come? Because if you do this cleanse and then end up doing the exact same thing you've been doing, what was the cleanse for? Okay, what was it for? Okay, was it just to dump and to, you know, was it just to eliminate so that you can stockpile it back up again? You know, what's your end goal is the question on all of that. So, yeah. So, okay, let me see. Wait a minute. Let me go to the comments. Horizontal mambo. Yes. Okay. I've been celibate for years. I'm waiting for the one who, when I meet him, I'll know him. Yes, for spiritual reasons. Okay. Yes, I believe sex is spiritual as well as physical. Most folks forget that. They just think it's a fun thing to do with your bodies. Yeah, that there is true. And a lot of us get caught up in the fun of it, but a lot of us forget about the responsibility of it. You know, sex, as fun as it is, there's also responsibility, and not just for you, for your partner as well. Okay. I cannot stand, I deplore selfish sex. You understand? I deplore it. Because that means that you're only in it for you. You ain't thought shit about me. Okay. You ain't thought nothing about me and carrying on. And see, dealing with another man, honey, it's about it becomes a race. The first one get their nut, honey, is it. And then they gone about their business. And that shouldn't be. There's two of us here. Okay. I always approach a situation like this. Whoever my partner is, my goal is to make sure that when it's all said and done, other than Jesus, honey, my name should be the only thing to come off your lips. Okay. Not even yours. My name should be the one to come off your damn lips when we are done. Okay, if it ain't Jesus. Because you'll be hollering Jesus while we're doing it. Okay. So that there is the goal. And that there is how I approach things, you know, with the understanding, hey, you know, I want to make sure that I'm pleasing you and carrying on, because a lot of my pleasure comes from your reaction to how I'm pleasing you and fulfilling you, right? But a lot of folks do not have that same approach when it comes to sex. Everybody wants to be the selfish, the do-I-diddy. And it becomes this whole thing of why? Why are we here? What are we looking? Why are we looking at this? Wait, girl, Jan, I'm gonna beat your head. She said, I'm hollering. Rent, phone bill, lights, gas, honey. Okay, school uniforms. Groceries. I'm actually here. It can be spiritual with the right person at the right time. You know what? Here's the thing. It is always spiritual. The thing of it is that if you're not connected with the person on that level, it won't be. That's what it is. Okay. Wait a minute. That says they hit that cotton out. Woo! Hit that car note, honey. Right. Oh, Lord. That's funny. That is funny. But yeah, let's go back to the article. Because it says, wait a minute. Chastity, celibacy is generally recognized as a volunteer choice to maintain unmarried or engaged in any form of sexual activity, usually in order to fulfill a religious vow. In this sense, one can accurately be said to be practicing sexual abstinence as a condition of his or her vow of celibacy. Abstinence, also called continence, refers to the often temporary strict avoidance of all forms of sexual activity for any reason. Chastity is a voluntary lifestyle that involves far more than abstaining from sexual activity. Coming from the Latin word casticis, meaning purity, chastity embraces abstinence from sexual activity as a praiseworthy and virtuous quality according to the standards of morality held by a person's particular culture, civilization, or religion. In modern times, chastity has become associated with sexual abstinence, particularly before or outside of marriage or other type of exclusively committed relationships. Celibacy and sexual orientation. Here we go. The concept of celibacy as a decision to remain unmarried applies to both traditional and same-sex marriage. Similarly, the lifestyle restrictions implied by the term abstinence and chastity refers to both heterosexual and gay sexual activity. In the context of celibacy related to religion, some gay people choose to be celibate in keeping with their religious teachings or doctrine on gay relationships. In an amendment adopted in 2014, the American Association of Christian Counselors banned the promotion of the largely discredited process of conversion therapy for gay persons, encouraging the practice of celibacy instead. Now, that I did not know. Let's put a pin right there. Hold on, baby. Hold on. Did we just discover something new? Wait a minute. Because this is starting to open up something here. If what they said, the association, wait a minute. It's called what? The American Association of Christian Counselors. Okay. If the association, the AACC, okay, American Association of Christian Counselors. If the association have banned the whole idea of conversion therapy and carrying on, okay, of sex, then that means that they have gotten away, they're basically doing away with pray the gay away at some resorts. But they are staying with, if you claim it to be gay, that you need to be celibate for religious reasons. It's kind of saying like, almost, I'm not saying this, it's almost the same as taking a vow of chastity or whatever for those who go into being the nunnery and the whole Pope thing and the what they call it. Oh God, I can't think of the name of what they call it when they go into religious teaching in Canada. Those who are going to be Catholic priests and things, when they go into that particular doctrine, when they go down to the children. Okay, those who are going to be monks and all that kind of stuff, they take that vow of chastity. Okay, priesthood. Okay, thank you, Chad. It's that simple. It's another word that I'm looking for. It seems as though that's what this is. But how come I've not? This is the first time I heard that. The monastery. Thank you. That's what I'm looking for. That's the word. Okay. Um, um, I've heard that they have done away with conversion, but I have not. I never heard that there was an association council of the counselors and the Christian counselors. Really, the American Association. So they actually set standards and rules and things. So if that's the case, then I need to go and find out what their thing is on the whole gay marriage thing or whatever. Because if you're saying that, okay, we're not going to accept gay marriages or same-sex marriages and unions and carrying on, but we're going to say that, okay, you say that you are this way, but we're going to advocate that you take a vow of celibacy or whatever. Now that's interesting. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all know it's allergy time, and child, this time of the night, my eye is usually my left eye, but the right eye is trying to let me have it just a slightly little bit. Okay. That is very, 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 very interesting. Wait a minute, what you say, Groove? Now that's a damn sin. That's a damn sin, honey. My whole thing is this: as natural as sex is, because y'all know, y'all heard me say this before, that sex is not only carnal, but it's a need too. Once the body matures and is touched and recognizes touch, okay, recognizes what that is, the body then requires it, okay, in order for us to be regulated. Those are women. This is one of the reasons why you guys have your cycles and carrying on, because your body is processing and carrying on, so that you're at that point to where you're able to have children. You're regulated and carrying on. Your hormones get regulated. Sex is one of those things that regulate that. This is one of the reasons why men are very sex hound, because we have to have a release. A lot of y'all heard the blue balls, but blue balls is real. Okay, because if a man does not release that ejaculation, for us, it's the same thing that y'all do when y'all go through y'all cycle, but then y'all do y'all once a month. But I heard this I read this a long time ago, where they said women do theirs once a month, where they go through their cycle on a period or whatever. They said men are on their cycle daily. But most of the time, it's because we have a release on some kind of. A lot of men are very sexually active, or you wake up having wet dreams or whatever, or they masturbate. Okay, and they have a release, and that release and that ejaculate helps to regulate our hormones. That's what it's for. And a lot of us, I've always asked doctors and carrying on, why is it that every time we turn around with men's health, everything about men's health is always geared towards how we can have better sex and better this, as everything. Child, I'm picking my nose. Well, let me show you how to pick your nose the right way, so to increase your hormones so you can have better sex. Okay. Everything about that always goes to that. But then when I read the science about that a man has to ejaculate in order to regulate his hormones. So that becomes a need once the body is introduced to it, see. And most of the time, men are introduced to that as young boys, in our adolescent years, because we have a wet dream. Most of the time it's through wet dreams. Sometimes it's through actual sexual intercourse, Other times it's masturbation, okay? But most of the time it happens, the first time it's through a wet dream. Okay, that's when we realize that we get turned on and all that kind of stuff, but it's to regulate our hormones. So if that is the case, in all of this chastity, abstinence, and celibacy jazz, then the American Association of Christian Counselors, honey, they need to put that up together. What we got? What? Wait a minute. Hold on. Girl, is that breaking news? Hold on. Let me see what you just put up here. Let me see what you just put up in here, child. Because I'm gagging. For real. Okay. Yes, I am. Wait a minute. I got to close out all these damn windows. I got all this smut up here. Okay. Let me go to my page because you just put something in here that I got to see what this is. Oh, and this is here. Okay, this is here. Oh, and this is data for today. Okay. Okay, wait a minute. We got a breaking story here, honey. Um, coming here out of Atlanta. Breaking news: police said that the man suspected of spray painting a swastika on Midtown's rainbow crosswalks for 2 nights in a row was arrested after a lengthy SWAT standoff in Midtown Friday evening. That's today, y'all. Um, Channel 2's Veronica Griffin was live in Midtown on Channel 2's Action News at 5 p.m., moments before the man was taken into custody. Police said they went into an apartment in the location of 3rd Street and Peachtree Street around 12 p.m. and attempted to make contact with the man, who has not been identified. When the suspect wouldn't come out, Atlanta police SWAT teams were requested to come to the scene and continue to try to make attempts to contact the suspect. Roads in the area were blocked off as officers worked to get the man out safely. Police said that sometime around 5 p.m., the suspect notified police he was leaving the apartment and was taken into custody without incident. It's unclear what charges the suspect faces or what his motivation was. Well, what you say, cheering? Okay, and okay again. So you know what? Let's jump gears. Let's jump gears because see, here we go. Now they got him. But I want to go here to this other story that I'm gonna tie in with this because this is breaking news. We'll come back to the celibacy thing in a minute. Let me go here, okay? Because they got him and he just painted a swastika, okay, on the crosswalk, okay? Check this out down here in Florida, children. Wait a minute. Where is it? Here it is. This is coming from LGBTQnation.com, okay? And it says, in Florida, neighborhood, Wilton Manors, and I was just there. For New Year's Eve, honey. In Wilton Manors on Tuesday, a man was tackled to the ground after he pulled out a grenade at a bar. The takedown at the popular watering hole, the Quarter Pub, was captured on surveillance tape outside at the bar's front door around 9 p.m. Witnesses say the incident started when the man, whose identity wasn't released, walked into the bar and set a grenade down in front of him. He showed me a grenade, he said. He said, "Don't be scared," bartender Joseph Shakespeare told South Florida Local 10 News. "I was just thinking, stay calm because we have a lot of people in here and this is our community, so I want to keep everybody safe." As they talked, Shakespeare says the man claimed there were guns in his car as well. A bar regular and former Marine Darrell Darling, not Daryl, I'd say Darrell, it might be Daryl Darling, overheard the exchange and moved in to help. The man, quote, was agitated at somebody at the bar looking to pick a fight, Darling recalled. "He had shown me a grenade immediately. Immediately as I walked up, it looked real." Darling kept the man occupied in conversation and bought him a drink while Shakespeare called his boss, who notified the police and quietly got the rest of the crowd outside. The bartender handed me a note that said, the guy behind me has a grenade," one witness told WSVN News. "I grabbed my stuff and I left." While patrons made their escape, Darling says the two talked about their histories in the military and the police. "I used certain intentions to keep his focus on me, so we will at least be ones leaving the bar," Darling said. When the bar was cleared out, Darling talked the man out of the front door and made his move. "I grabbed one hand, swept his full leg out, and then put my full weight on his back on the back of his body so he could not get up, Darling said. Wilton Manors police were waiting and took the man into custody. A statement from WMPD described the man as an emotionally disturbed male. He was remanded to a mental health facility. His grenade was a dud. Okay. Now you're damn right. This was not in mainstream. This was nowhere near mainstream news. And that was my whole thing about that. Like, wait a minute. And again, this is Florida. Okay, I got 2 stories from Florida today. And I'm really pissed off about that because I'm like, okay, wait a minute, hold up. Because what I'm getting sick of, this is what I'm getting sick of. Because we are about to start this shit again. Okay. We are about to start this bullshit all over again. And I want to go here because this here is part of it. Okay. This here is part of it. Okay. Y'all see this shit? This here is about this goddamn monkeypox. And look how they are writing this shit up. Okay. Look how they are writing this up. Now, this is Fox News out of D.C. Okay. This is how they are writing this up. So now, and listen, even now, for those who are trying to get the monkeypox vaccine, I went and took my first shot yesterday. Okay. Yeah, I broke down. I went and had my first shot of the monkeypox vaccine yesterday. I got my next one on in a month, on the 15th of September. But look at this. Okay, we are about to start this whole panic shit again, the way how we did HIV and AIDS. Y'all trying to target us to be a gay man's disease, and this is nowhere near what this is. This is not what this is, because we wouldn't have children again. And then I just read somewhere, my mentor put up on his Facebook page that somebody said the dog done got it. A dog had monkeypox. Okay? So I'm like, what in the hell is this? Why are we starting this kind of bullshit again, particularly in this climate? In this climate where everybody, all the Trumponians are losing their goddamn minds, they're trying to get this man back in office. This man is lying and carrying on. We have so much going on in this world today. All on misinformation. Y'all want to talk about fake motherfucking news? How about it that we don't have that term running around anymore? Nobody's talking about fake news anymore, goddammit. But we got this shit that's sitting up here destroying us. Because this is what they want folks to sit down here and believe. And everybody is trying to have a narrative that now we're going to have this. Okay? We got this. Now you got the dudes sitting up here painting swastikas on the goddamn rainbow crosswalk. You got this child here going into a fucking bar with fucking grenades, claiming he got guns in the motherfucking car. That could have potentially been a Pulse all over again, Pulse massacre, potentially. And what are we doing? Why wasn't that in mainstream news? Why? I'm having issues. I'm having major issues. Okay? Major issues. Okay? What you saying? Fox News is full of shit, especially here in D.C. Okay? Oh, that's right. You there. Okay. So when this story dropped, what was that for y'all out there? Because I know everybody should have been on pins and needles. Everybody should have been up in arms about this shit. Everyone should have been up in arms. I found this on Twitter. Okay, somebody took a picture of that off the TV screen, I guess, and they put it up onto it. I was like, look at this. Look at this. And it's unfair. It is completely and totally unfair. It is unfair. Okay, unfair. Now, y'all hold on. I got to get up and turn this air down because I'm starting to get a little hot. Okay. What'd you say? Shit, mostly everyone I know was calling bullshit on it. Okay. Get out of my head, Meech. I was just thinking about the AIDS Panic 2.0. See, because that's what it is. Okay, that's what it is. That's exactly what it is. Because we have gotten to a point now to where all this shit is starting. They're treating it just like that. Okay, they treat it just like that. And now you're giving the evangelicals ammunition to come at us again. You're giving, just the right-wing children, okay, those who claim that there's some kind of gay agenda, you're giving that, for those who don't want to fund medical, the Affordable Health Care Act, you're giving that, because now y'all going to turn this into a Democratic thing, saying that the Democrats are for the gay children. Definitely, it's finna to be some unnecessary bullshit. Okay? This monkeypox is everything, everybody thing. Okay, it is an everybody thing. How in the hell are they connecting this only to gay children? I have no clue. I have no clue. Look who in the comments, y'all. The internet is really bad where I am. I still watch, so I will watch in the playback. Love you. Okay. She can't get no connection to her. She would have came in. But here, let me take a commercial break right now. So I can turn the air down and I got to refill my cup. Okay, let me do that. I will be back in 2 shakes of a lamb's leg, honey. Maybe. Okay. Hold on. Where do I want to start? Where do I want to start? Ooh. Not right there. We'll start here.
Hi everybody, I'm Lily, and today I want to share my book with the whole entire world. And give this video a thumbs up. And make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel.
We're not asking for your permission. We're not seeking your approval. We're claiming what's ours in the name of our ancestors. We are their answered prayers. This is more than a movement. This is a revolution. Black innocence. What are yours today? Be bold, be unique, be the tea with a unique body oil fragrance from the Sensuality Fragrance Collection. The Sensuality Collection embodies a unique array of customized original scents created by Big Meech. Indulge yourself in such fragrances as eye candy, foreplay, anticipation, shower fresh, naked beauty, or pay homage to the motherland and choose an oil from our exclusive Wakanda collection. Over 17 different scents that will tantalize your senses. Order yours today Log on to www.dishingtea.com for more information. Because remember, it's all about the tea. Sensuality, that is.
Are you ready to continue the journey with talk show host, internet sensation, and author of Awakenings, Epiphanies Along a Spiritual Journey, Big Meech? He is offering another installment of thought-provoking ideas, principles, and metaphors that will encourage, enlighten, inspire, uplift, and catapult you into a brand new evolution of accepting yourself in your total truth. Revelations, Affirmations, and Confirmations. The new book by Big Meech is infused with conversations of love and inspiration that gets right down to the real nitty-gritty. It will confront the reader with the proverbial mirror in an effort to take a deep, closer look within to find all that one needs to propel forward and make life happen. Get your copy today on Amazon.com or go to www.dishingtea.com. That's www.dishingtea.com. For more information, contact Big Meech at 404-914-5610. Revelations, Affirmations, and Confirmations. This message has been brought to you by Too Deep and Pastor Don Jr., CEO of the Winning Team.
Attention all business owners. Use your advertising dollars here. Looking to reach a more diverse audience for your products and your services? Well, this is the platform for you. Dishing Tea Entertainment welcomes all businesses who wish to expand their brands and looking for clientele that's more than grown and sexy, but also the seasoned and sophisticated. For more information on how this spot can be yours, contact Big Meech at 404-914-5610 or go to our website at www.dishingtea.com. And we are back. If you're just tuning in, honey, you are Dishing Tea with Big Meech. Okay, I'm yours truly, honey. And we're going to get right into it, honey, right back into it, okay? Oh, excuse me. Oh, not like that. Okay. So now, before we went to break, honey, we're talking about this shit going on across the globe, honey. We got Florida and the damn cheering, okay. With the hand grenade and things, you know, in Wilton Manors and things of that nature. You got the children over here in Atlanta, okay, painting swastikas and shit on the rainbow crosswalk and things of that nature. Which, on the side note, y'all know when they put that damn crosswalk down there, I was against that whole thing to begin with. Why? Because though it is cute, and it was, oh, well, it marks the territory, child, the upkeep of that damn thing is ridiculous. Because when they first did it, it was nice and vibrant. But hell, y'all know how streets are. The shit get all gloomy and carried on from a distance. It's cute. You get right up on it, this shit is listless, you know, ran through and things of that nature. Oh, it's just, it was, to me, it was a waste of goddamn time. Okay. And everybody there, everything there already flying rainbow flags and carrying on to say this was the gay part of the city. We didn't need the goddamn crosswalk as far as I was concerned. It was just dumb. It was a waste of money as far as it was just a waste of money. Okay. But that's just my opinion. And you see, I got outvoted because the children, honey, they wanted that shit and they got it. So, okay, cute. Okay. But here, let's stay down here in Florida, okay? Because here's another story that I wanted to let y'all have at it with, okay? Now listen to me carefully. The title of this it says, school says LGBTQ students will be asked to leave immediately if discovered. This is written today by Mr. Alex Bollinger. This is coming from LGBTQ Nation, okay? .com, that is. A school in Florida sent an aggressive email comparing homosexuality to incest and bestiality to parents, letting them know that if their kids come out as LGBTQ, they're going to get kicked out. Quote, students who are found participating in these lifestyles will be asked to leave the school immediately, end quote. Read an email sent by Grace Christian School Administrator Barry McKean this past June. The email had the subject line, important school policy, points of emphasis, please read. Quote, we believe that God created mankind in his image, male, man, and female, woman, sexually different, but equal dignity. Read the email from the Valrico, Florida school. Where's Valrico? Okay, somebody tell me how close Valrico is to what is this neighboring major city that we know. Therefore, one's biological sex must be affirmed, and no attempt should be made to physically change, alter, or disagree with one's biological gender, including but not limited to elective sex reassignment, transvestite, transgender, or non-binary gender fluid acts of conduct. He quotes Genesis, wait a minute, Genesis 1, 26 through 28. Wait a minute, pull that up. Pull that up. Genesis 1, hold on. Wait a minute, children, wait. Oh, wait, here we go. It looks like somebody already pulled it up. It's right here. Okay, now which version, honey? Hold on, I'm gonna get back to the story, but I want to pull this up since he's quoting scriptures. Okay. Let's do the English Standard Version. Okay. And Genesis 1:26 said, then God said, let us make man in our image after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the seas, and over the birds of the heavens, and over the livestock, and over all of the earth, and every creeping thing that creeps on the earth. So God created man in his own image, and in the image of God he created him, male and female he created them, and God blessed them. And God said unto them, be fruitful and multiply, and fill the earth and subdue it, and have dominion over the fish and of the sea, and of the birds of the heavens, and over every living thing that moves on the earth. Okay. I didn't realize that was where that was, but okay, there we go. Okay, so that's Genesis 1:26, right? So that's his quote. Continuing on, students in the school will be referred to by the gender on their birth certificate and be referenced in the name in the same fashion. We believe that any form of homosexuality, lesbianism, bisexuality, transgender identity, lifestyle, self-identification, bestiality, incest, fornication, adultery, and pornography are sinful in the sight of God and the church. Genesis 2:24, Leviticus 18:1 through 30, Romans 21:29, 26 to 29, 1 Corinthians 5:1, 1 Corinthians 6:9, 1 Thessalonians 4:2 through 7. I'm not going to read all that. However, you get it, okay? The email said that parents would, quote, have to agree to all policies and procedures before your children may start school in August, end quote. Students and former students are saying that the school is particularly anti-LGBTQ, even for a private Christian institution. One former student said McKean would deliver anti-LGBT messages during chapel. He's started yelling about, if you're gay, you're going to hell, the former student told NBC News. It's Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve. 3 unnamed former students confirmed a story about how McKean once went on a rant about how he knew that some students were LGBTQ and that he would find out who they were and that they would be kicked out. The mother of a gay student who attended the Grace Christian last year said that she pulled her 16-year-old daughter out of school. It's not like my daughter goes around wearing rainbow flags or anything like that, the mother told NBC News. But I'm not going to have her feel ashamed of herself for any reason. She said that she enrolled her daughter in another Christian school that's more accepting of diversity. At the new school, I feel normal, the teen said, explaining that she used to feel like a social outcast at Grace Christian. A transgender alum of Grace Christian who graduated this past year said that the LGBTQ students at the school knew that they couldn't be out. It was not something that I could be open about, he said, describing the climate of fear for LGBTQ students in school. Only a select few of my friends could know about it. Sometimes we couldn't even know if we could trust people in our friend group because we didn't know if anybody would say anything to faculty. We know from data, from surveys, from a long track record of LGBTQ youth that policies like this are inherently harmful. Josh Bell of the LGBTQ organization One Orlando Alliance said, students who receive these messages are much more likely to experience depression, to experience suicidal ideations, and to socially withdraw, to become vulnerable, really, to all sorts of harmful coping mechanisms. Okay. So that's the school. Okay. Now, I'm going to tell y'all, for me, this just sounds like that this particular administrator has a hang up about gay folks and carrying on. And see, this is one of the children, honey, to where if it was said that he was fucking around, I would expose his ass. Now, this is somebody who I would out immediately. Okay. I don't believe in outing people, but this motherfucker here, if it ever came out that he was fucking around, yes, I would put his ass completely on blast. Why? Because of the hell he's putting everybody through. Okay. The absolute hell that he is putting everybody through, all in the name of trying to quote a book that I dare say he don't believe fully or whatever, but all because he wants to quote the Bible and carrying on and then get all these particular scriptures and this, that, and the other. And I'm here to try to understand why is it. Y'all see, you keep wanting to say that this is being pushed on the kids and carrying on. There's nothing in that school. If it's a Christian academy, there's nothing in there that's going to be so pro-LGBTQ to where they're going to be coming in with rainbow flags or whatever. If the kids are gay and understanding their orientation, then let them be children. Okay, or teenagers. Let them be teenagers. Why is it that you're so busy trying to promote something, and aren't you doing that very same thing that you're saying that this so-called gay agenda is doing? You're promoting a lifestyle, honey, that not everybody agrees with, right? You're promoting a lifestyle that not everybody agrees with. Okay, so what makes you the exception to the rule if everybody else is pushing something down somebody's throat? Okay, as an administrator and as a leader, you can have your rule of school of conduct, your code of conduct and carrying on, or how the students are to behave while in school and carrying on. And it can be done tastefully without saying, putting any kind of qualifier on it. You'll be just in uniform, a school uniform only. The curriculum is going to be this. There's rules and there's ways to do that because you're talking about schools age students. Okay, that have to be in compliance. So why did this become anything else? Okay, what you say, Leia? They're doing more harm than good. Me thinks me doth protest too much. Okay. So listen, I am so, this becomes infuriating, and then it becomes nauseating, and then it just becomes fucking tiring at the same time. Because when we're dealing with all these kinds of things, listen, I understand when we're dealing with traditional children, everybody's belief system is different. Not everybody is as open-minded or as liberal-minded as I may be, and I consider myself to be somewhat of a moderate, more, maybe a little bit more leaning on the liberal side sometimes, but I'm more moderate, okay? I believe that, there's a certain EOs that need to happen. Okay, but once we come to balance and carrying on, everything is all about balance. In this particular world, everything is about balance. Okay. Once we get it balanced, then we're able to coexist. That's the whole thing. I don't have to agree with it to coexist. I just govern myself accordingly. If I don't want to do drugs or whatever, I'm not going to put myself in a position to where I'm going to be around those who do, because that ain't my bag. Okay. Not my cup of tea. Okay. And boom, call it grace. But this particular administrator is fucking me up. Okay. Because the students are saying he's always on a rant, he's always on this, he's always on that. And usually, y'all know what they say, honey. Usually the ones that's the most loudest with those kind of shits, honey, are the ones. God rest him, honey. Eddie Long, honey. Eddie Long was a major proponent against the gay, honey. I swear, when I first moved down here to Atlanta and they did that march down to the Capitol building to talk about homosexuals and carrying on and blah, 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 I said I couldn't stand that man, honey. I could not stand him. And then what happens? We get the big old scandal, and now the man is dead and gone. Okay? And now the man is dead and gone. Okay? So it's absolutely ridiculously insane. Okay? Just insane. So, all right, Florida, y'all doing too much down there. And I said that again. Y'all doing entirely too goddamn much. Okay? You're doing entirely too damn much. Okay? So now let's talk about somebody who's doing something on the plus side of this. Shout out to Dwayne Wade. Shout out to Dwayne Wade, honey. Okay. Listen. Zaya Wade got a big assist from her dad, Dwayne, on Thursday when the retired NBA star filed court papers to change his 15-year-old transgender daughter's name. The three-time Miami Heat petition filed in Los Angeles Superior Court states Wade has full authority to make decisions on his daughter's behalf, and that he notified his former wife and Zaya's mother, Sylviane Funches, of the legal action as a courtesy. Court papers state that the teen called Hidden Hills home. Zaya Wade came out as a girl 3 years ago when she asked her parents, Wade and actress Gabrielle Union, to call her by her new name. Wade told Ellen DeGeneres in 2020, our then 12-year-old came home and said, hey, so I want to talk to you guys. I think going forward, I'm ready to live in my truth, and I want to be referred to as she and her, and I would love for you guys to call me Zaya, end quote. Wade filed for sole custody of his two kids with a estranged wife and high school sweetheart, Savon, in 2007, alleging she exhibited threatening behavior and had affairs and used abusive parenting methods. Wade and actress Union married in August 2014. Now it's our job to go out and get information, to reach out to every relationship that we have, Wade told DeGeneres. My wife reached out to everyone on the cast of Pose, and we're trying to figure out as much information as we can to make sure that we give our child the best opportunity to be, her best self. In 2019, Wade and Union became active supporters of the LGBTQ advocacy organization GLSEN, a group dedicated to ending bullying and discrimination in schools. As a family, we believe inclusion and equality are two essential pillars needed to move toward growth and progressive thinking and actions in our society, Union wrote on an Instagram, announcing a $50,000 donation. The Wades made headlines earlier that year when Union attended Miami Beach Pride with her stepkids and the couple's daughter, Kavia. The group posed on a parade float, and Wade captioned the Insta post, "We support each other with pride." We are proud, Wade told DeGeneres. When I say proud, we are proud parents of a child in the LGBTQ plus community, And we're proud allies as well. We take our roles and our responsibility as parents very seriously. So, okay, children, what y'all thoughts about that? Dwayne went down there to the courts on behalf of his trans daughter and said, she has my permission and my blessing, honey. We're going to legally change her name. Okay. So what's your thoughts? Y'all like that? Okay, we're a step closer, you know, of the baby being who she truly is. Okay. So what is that for you? What does that mean for you? What does that look like for you in your worlds? Okay. What does that look like in your worlds? Hey, cuz, what you say? Be aware of your surroundings. Okay. You heard about Uncle Paul, right? I'm sure your daddy called you. Okay. People like this is why I don't claim to be Christian anymore. A child of God is good, but Christianity for me is out. Okay. I don't like school superintendents or whosoever that was at that Christian school. Exactly. Okay. Good for them, and they need to enjoy their lives. Exactly. Honestly, that is great support. Okay. Yes. I applaud the process for Zaya and Dwayne Wade. Okay. And there you have it, children. There you have it. All right. There you have it. The kids are coming through. And see, you know what I'm gonna tell you what I would love to hear Dwayne and Magic Johnson. I would love to see them two sit down and to have a conversation. Okay. I would love, damn, if I could pull that off here. Damn. I could pull that off here for Dish and Tea. Baby, if I can pull that off for here to have Dwayne Wade and Magic Johnson here to talk about this unique group that they're in, because both of them being sports stars, both of them having children. I don't know if EJ identifies as trans or non-binary, but Dwayne dealing with a trans child, and then to go through how they had to suppress their egos in order to let their child live. You know what I'm saying? They had to undergo all of the scrutiny from the public, you know, and things of that nature. Oh, you need to kick his ass, and he's, you know, all of that kind of shit. I would love to make that happen here on Dish and Tea. Yes, God. Yes, God. Oh my God, I'm tingling. Oh, I am tingling. Let me see what I can do about that. But anyway, that there is where we are on that. Okay. That's where we are on that. But listen, I'm going to let you guys go for a minute because I have an early morning and yeah. Right now, something just hit me, and I need, my ass is hurting. I got to get a new chair, y'all. Y'all see my Cash App down there? I'm starting a campaign, honey. Get Big Meech a new damn chair, because I swear, when I bought this damn thing from the old lady, it was a $30 chair, right? I got it. It was cute. It moves and carrying on. I said, oh, okay. This is nice. It's nice. This just has no comfort. You can't sit in this girl for long periods of time, honey. You cannot. You just cannot. Okay, you cannot. Judge Masters too does his son and help his and hope his son was afraid to come out. Yes, when he said that on Cocktails with the Queens, that his son was afraid to come out because he was scared that his coming out was going to affect you know, his viewership and carrying on with his television stuff or whatever. And so, you know, that hurt him, you know, and this, that, and the other. So I'm like, oh, wow, child, please. But here's the thing, though. See, like he said, he had been knowing about it. They've been knowing about the child forever. The thing of it was is that his child decided his son did not want to infringe upon his father's celebrity. So he was living in a bubble. Okay, and et cetera, et cetera. But what happened is that, they got the little reality show or whatever. And now all of a sudden, because his son done came out as gay, now that done became a fucking story. Oh, Judge Mathis' son got a boyfriend and brought the boyfriend here. I'm like, bitch, why is that news? That's not news. That ain't nothing to report. Why is everybody in this man's business like that? And what pisses me off about that, when that came out, I was like, you might as well say they fucking, because you keep saying that you don't want to know what's going on in our bedroom, but the way how you just reported that, now all of a sudden it's like you giving permission to say, to question what it is that we do in the bedroom. But you say that's not what you want to be. You say that we supposed to remain private or whatever. Don't bring that out. I don't want that all exposed. Don't be throwing that down my throat. But yet that's what the fuck you reported. You're the ones who came after me. I just showed up with my date, and now that done became newsworthy. Why? Dumb. Stupid. Okay, I don't. Oh, but it's the psyche of the people, honey. It is the psyche of the people. Honey, I'm going to put up in here, I'm going to tell y'all, go listen to Queen Latifah's song, honey. They're just people. In fact, it's called People. Okay? It's a wait a minute. Let me find it. I'm gonna put the link up in here. Oh no, I don't want to do that. While I'm doing this, I'm gonna give y'all some recommendations. Okay. I want you guys to go and watch. There's a program on HBO Max, I believe, and it is called Pause with Sam J. Okay. The comedian's name is Samoria. I think that is Samoria Johnson. She goes by Sam J. She is a lesbian. But she has an interesting show called Pause. Okay. Now, I just became new to it today because all on Twitter, everybody was putting up the picture or the clip from the naked basketball game that they had. Okay. It was an all-male league, and it was a naked basketball game that they had it was an LGBT something or another, right? And I'm tired of saying to them, I've been reading all this shit. I'm sick of saying them all the alphabets. Okay. And I was trying to find what episode that was on because we only got the little 2-minute clip on Twitter. But what I ended up doing was looking at her content. That's a damn good show. I'm going to say that's a damn good show. Okay. As a matter of fact, I'm kind of a little jealous because I'm like, damn, she beat me to it. As far as, her format is kind of similar to what I want to do and things of that nature. Not exactly, but it's similar. We're in the same ballpark. But I love her honesty. Again, y'all go to HBO Max. If you have HBO, you should be able to get it and look at it on demand because both seasons are up. Okay, it's 6 episodes in season 1. There's 8 episodes that's posted now for season 2. Go check. They're about a half hour long a piece. Go check it out. Okay, go and check it out. This here is really good. So we're putting our feelers out because I'm hoping to bring Sam J right here to Dish and Tea. Okay. Also, now I like the show, but then Alabama said something to me that made me look at it a little differently. Although I was a little skeptical about certain things, but not necessarily skeptical. What it is that when you're making television, there's obvious things that's got to happen, right? Because you're making TV. At the same time of making TV, you know, the way how the storylines and stuff are going. Basically, what Tammy Roman's show is called Caught in the Act, and it's basically cheaters meets Iyanla Van Zant Fixed My Life meets reality show. Okay, name them and you got it. Okay, so it's a combination of things that goes here, and I really enjoy it because I like how they're what they're doing and carrying on and what's coming out of it. But because you're making television, there's just some things about it that gives me a little bit of that way. I'm like, you know, but it's an entertaining show. I'm going to ask you guys to go and watch it. Come on VH1. Go on VH1 on demand. Y'all could go look at it now because she has 6 episodes. All 6 are streaming now. So go check that out, honey. It's called Caught in the Act with Tammy Roman. Okay. Hopefully I can get her on here too. You know, I met her a long time ago. So hopefully we can talk and dish that tea. Okay. So oh, this is what I was doing when I was talking, I forgot. I'm gonna put the link up here to the song I want y'all to go see. I mean to go listen to. It's her and Mary J. Blige is on the feature. Okay. This is off of the Persona album. Okay. I believe that's what this is. Yeah. Okay. And this is just the tune, honey. This is my shit. Okay. This is my shit. I ain't gonna put it up here. I can't play it here, honey, because they want to ding me. Okay, and tell me I can't monetize, child. And I'm sick of that. But some of the things I just take the hit because it's important. It was important to the show. So I'll let them take their little doo-wops and carry on. But here, if y'all on YouTube, I just put the link to the song there in the YouTube link. But here it is over here on Facebook. Put the link to the song there. Y'all go listen to that song, child. Okay. And get into it, right? Get into it because it's just everyday people. It's just people, honey. Just people being people. And sometimes you just have to say that. I wish this song get a resurgence, honey, because sometimes when you look at the way the world is and things and you're trying to make some sense out of it, sometimes you just got to tell yourself, honey, they're just people. Ain't nothing you could do about it, honey, because they just fucking people. Okay? So, yeah. So with that being said, darlings, let me let you guys get back into your own worlds and carry on. It is a Friday night tonight, unless you're watching it in a rebroadcast, honey. It may not be Friday for you. Yeah. But nonetheless, honey, get yourselves together. Go do what it is that you need to do to take care of you. Always, always remember, honey, it's just you, baby. Ain't nobody gonna take care of you but you. Okay? And ain't nobody gonna take care of you the way that you do, like you do, but you. Okay? And if you don't like how somebody is treating you, teach them how to treat you. And then also look at how you treat yourself. If you don't like how you're treating yourself, then baby, that's all on you. You see the common denominator there? The common denominator is you. Okay? So having said all that, my darling, you may finish all of your crumpets, baby, because the tea has been dished. And you've been dishing tea, darlings. With the big meat and in the absence of my co-host this time, honey. It's all moving and grooving, honey. We thank you and thank you and thank you again, honey. If you love us like you do, honey, like, subscribe, and share on all the platforms that you see us on, that you hear me talk about, honey. But if you hate us, if you think that we full of shit and all that other jazz, then I encourage you, tell your enemies then. Tell your enemies to come over and to like, subscribe, and share. Because, darling, one thing I want you to understand fully, that everything that we're doing here at 3 the Hard Way, the Syndicate, honey, everything that we're doing, will move forward in any way, shape, style, form, and or fashion. Okay. Having said all that, my darlings, we love you. We thank you, honey. And I will see you guys on the next go round, honey. So until then, honey, huh, I was timing myself. And scene.